Ready to dive into some serious parent power in ABA therapy.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
We're tackling how much parents need to be involved for ABA therapy to really work. Like if you've ever felt like just going to the appointments wasn't quite enough, this is for you.
It's true.
So we're digging into cheap ABA, and it really gets that feeling, you know. It lays out why parents are kind of the secret ingredient to make it all click.
It's not just showing up, right?
Yeah, not even close.
This source is amazing because it really hits home that parents they're vital. They're active parts of the team.
Okay, so no more wallflowers for parents. We're basically co-therapists then, is that what we're saying?
You got it. You're like, basically, yeah. Co-therapists.
I'm already so intrigued. Tell me more.
So the big idea, and this is where it gets really cool, is consistency. It's not enough for a child to learn something, in a vacuum.
Right.
Whatever they're picking up in that therapy room has to come with them home, school, grandma's house, you name it. And the source really points out, like, who better to make that happen than the parents?
Yeah, it's like that saying, it takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
But the parents are like leading the village.
Yeah.
Making sure everyone's on the same page about everything.
That's a great way to put it. You're the village leader. And when everyone's consistent, like you're saying, that's when the magic happens. That's when the real progress kicks in. The source actually uses this word, generalization. Basically, it means the child learns a skill so well they can use it anywhere, not just in one specific situation.
Generalization sounds very official, but it makes perfect sense. So how does cheap ABA, how does it say parents can actually create that?
Yeah.
It's got to be more than just like repeating what the therapist is doing, right?
You're right. It's much more nuanced. And the source really breaks it down, gives you these specific ways parents can be like generalization gurus, I guess you could say. And get this, one of the most important things is actually something we as parents are all already doing. Motivation. I mean, who knows better how to motivate a child than their own parent, right?
That is true.
The source really leans into this idea that you already have like this treasure trove of knowledge about what makes your kid sick, what they love, what makes them light up.
Yeah, we're like walking encyclopedias of our kids' likes and dislikes for sure, their little passions.
Exactly. And you know your kid better than anyone. And that knowledge, that is pure gold when we're talking about ABA therapy.
Okay.
Because it's about tapping into those things, those internal motivators, and using them to reinforce the skills that they're learning in therapy.
So it sounds like we're taking those therapy techniques and we're like weaving them into the everyday, right? Like into the fabric of our lives with our kids.
100%.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this whole parent as co-therapist thing really plays out.
Yeah.
But how do we make sure we're doing it right? Are there like specific examples in the source, things we can learn from?
Totally, yeah. One that really stuck with me was about a child who was working on like following instructions.
Right, yeah.
So in therapy, they were using this like token system as a reward. And the source suggests that parents can adopt that same system at home for everyday tasks. So instead of just saying, hey, put your toys away, you pair it with the token system and it makes it more motivating for the child.
Oh, that's so smart. It makes it like make sense to them.
Exactly.
It clicks because it's consistent.
It's already part of something they know.
Yeah. So we're keeping things consistent between therapy and home. So we're helping our kids actually make those connections, solidify those skills.
Exactly. Think of it like learning a new language. The more you hear it and use it in different contexts, the more fluent you become, right?
Right.
Same idea here.
And speaking of fluency, I know the source also talks about the importance of generalizing skills, right?
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what that means exactly?
Yeah, so it's great that a child can follow your instructions at home.
Right.
But the real win is when they can generalize that skill to other authority figures, like their teacher, other caregivers, that kind of thing.
That's huge.
Right.
Yeah, because we want our kids to be able to be out in the world, not just doing well within our own four walls.
Oh, right. 100%. And the source actually gives some real helpful, like, concrete tips for how parents can encourage this whole generalization thing. Like, for instance, if you're working on communication skills, try practicing those skills in different settings, like at the park, at the grocery store, with other family members.
So it's all about creating those opportunities
Yeah.
to practice, but in real life situations. It's like giving them a chance to, like, flex those new skills.
Exactly, yeah. In a safe and supportive way.
Exactly. And I love that the beauty of it is it's not just benefiting them, developmentally, but it's also strengthening that bond
Oh, for sure.
between parent and child
Yeah.
because you're right there with them.
And you're in it together.
Yeah, for sure. But let's be real. Like, being this involved, it takes time.
Oh, yeah.
It takes dedication. It
Yeah,
takes a lot of patience.
for sure.
So tell me, why is it so important? Why is this level of parent involvement so crucial? What are the real payoffs? I'm guessing it's got to lead to, like, better, faster results,
Yeah.
right? Having the parents so involved. But is there even more to it?
Oh, absolutely. Faster progress is definitely a huge benefit. The source really highlights that. When you've got the parents actively reinforcing what's happening in therapy, it creates this awesome energy, this synergy that helps kids just blossom. But there's another side to it too, and this is something the source dug into that I found honestly kind of powerful.
Okay, now I got to know. What's the other side of it?
It's the emotional impact. Think about it. As the parent, you're the biggest role model your child has, right?
100%.
And when you're embodying patience, approaching challenges with positivity, you're not just teaching that, you're demonstrating those emotional regulation skills.
It's so true. It's like that saying, actions speak louder than words. Like, we can tell our kids to be patient all day long, but when they see us living it out, that's completely different.
Huge difference, exactly. And cheap ABA really emphasizes that kind of modeling from parents, it creates this ripple effect because kids are perceptive. They pick up on those cues, those emotional cues, our coping mechanisms. When they see us handle tough stuff with grace and understanding, it starts to become part of their own emotional toolkit.
This whole conversation has been such an eye-opener. I feel like I came in thinking parent involvement was important, but now I'm seeing it's like absolutely essential
Yeah.
for ABA therapy to be successful. Like we've unlocked a secret level or something.
I love that, a secret level. And the coolest part is, by tapping into that secret level, parents, they aren't just supporting the therapy, they're strengthening that parent-child bond, the trust, building a more connected, loving relationship. And who doesn't want that?
So true. So to kind of wrap things up here, if our listeners take away just one thing from this whole deep dive, what should it be?
I'd say remember this. You, as a parent, you have a powerful voice in your child's ABA therapy. Embrace that role. Talk to your child's BCBA, the therapist. Be open, and remember that consistency, your love and guidance, those are two of the most important tools you've got as a parent.
So well said. I love that. It's been awesome diving into all this with you. And for everyone listening, you've got this. Your love, your dedication, the right knowledge and support, it makes all the difference.